he's going to sit there and just stare at me the whole time, or if he will actually get up and do anything. I doubt it. It's kind of nap hour right now for him. I did a small, about a minute long ASMR short that just said, hey, here's my cat Simba. And I mean, there's nothing really special about his story, but I'm gonna let you know it anyway. I'll tell you a little bit about Simba, and we'll just sort of go from there. So, me personally, me and my family, we've always been more dog people. We've never owned a cat before. Owned a couple labs, but yeah, never even considered owning a cat. I have several friends who have cats, and again, I don't mind them. It's just I never thought I would own one. That was sort of always the, I guess, understanding was, hey, I like cats. I'll go over to your house and, play with your cats and say hi, but, I just never really had a desire to own one. Until this little guy showed up. Basically, what happened one day, my mom was parked in our front driveway, and at the time, they estimated he was about 2, maybe 3 weeks old. He was a very small kitten. I might have a picture I can put in. I'll possibly put it in somewhere. He was, only about 2 to 3 weeks old at the time, very young. I don't know where he came from, anything about him. He decided, without us knowing, to climb up into my mom's engine bay of her car. And that's where he sat for a little bit. Basically, we went, I think it was around summer. Yeah, it was like, I believe July of 2019. We were just sitting outside. It was a nice July day. And we heard the meowing coming from her car. And we looked around and we found him. He hopped out on his own once he saw us, and you could tell he was very hungry, very scared. He didn't trust us, but at the same time, he didn't, he was curious. I don't think he's ever really been around humans. So, after a little bit of just sitting there with him, not moving towards him or anything, we just sat right next to him. He decided to come up to us and say hi. Yeah, he was very malnourished, very hungry. He was covered in fleas. Just really felt bad for him. Again, we're a dog family, and we have currently have a yellow lab named Biscuit. I'll probably do a video on her next. But we never ever thought about owning a cat. So originally my mom posted on Facebook about it, asking, hey, if anybody wants a cat. We have one that showed up. This was around dinner time, so the local SPCA was closed. Definitely interrupting his nap time right now. Yeah, Yes, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your nap time. Um, he just sleeps all day anyway. 5 minutes out of your day is not gonna hurt you. But, out of the 24 hours, that man sleeps probably 18 to 20 of them. But yeah, SPACA was closed. My mom posted on Facebook, but no one wanted him at the time. I called my friend who he currently has 3 cats, and see if he wanted one. He's got 2 blacks and it's like a black and white mixed cat. So at the time I called him up, said, hey, you don't have an orange one. Do you want one of those? And he decided not to. He said 3 was definitely plenty. Oh, that was already too many. So at this point, it was probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night on a school and work night. And, or sorry, just work night. It was in the middle of summer. And nobody wanted him, so he was definitely at least spending the night with us for the night. So we just went to Walmart and got my friend to sort of help this out, because again, we've never owned a cat, never even thought of owning one. So my friend just told us some basic stuff, some wet, some dry food, a litter box and everything. And while we were waiting around, at the time, the thought came up within my family that just said, hey, why don't we just keep him? We just bought all the supplies for him. We're not in a position where financially he's going to put a burden on us. He's a little cat. Why don't we? So, we didn't know he had fleas at the time, but, we brought him in the house, set him up, and, introduced him to the dog. The dog was, I believe she's 3 years old at the time. They seemed to get along. I mean, you could tell he was very scared, very just a poor baby at the time. But he warmed up to our dog. He warmed up to us very quickly. That night I actually swaddled him in a blanket and he just slept in the bed with me. I literally just wrapped a blanket around him for warmth. Yes, I'm talking about you. Just wrapped him in a blanket for warmth, and he just started purring. It was just a little purr baby. And just, literally just slept in my arms the whole night. Also, if you can't tell, that bed that he's sleeping in is the dog bed. Heaven forbid we let the dog sleep in her own bed. We have to steal her bed from her, make her sleep on the floor during the daytime. But he just slept with me all night, and he was constantly purring. And from there we took him to the vet, and he had ear mites and fleas. He was definitely malnourished when we found him. I don't know if he was just a wildcat, just born a wildcat, or if it's not uncommon around where I live that people have cat litters and sadly they just dump them. I live kind of in the few miles out of the local town, so it's not uncommon for someone to just dump a box of kittens or SPCA, just to drop some kittens off. I'm just going to drop them down the road from my house, and whatever happens, happens. And it's very sad. I don't want to think that's what happened to him, but I don't know. But we took him to the vet, and we got the fleas taken care of. We got the ear mites taken care of. Learned all about raising a cat. And, yeah, so that kind of puts us, we've had him for 3 years now. Well, next month it'll be 3 years. And, absolutely adore this little man. I was told that because he's orange, he can be kind of, I guess all orange cats are kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. He could be a handful sometimes. I mean, you know, normally he's pretty chill. He'll just lay with you and just sleep. But there is occasionally where he'll pick on the dog. Sometimes we call him not nice names when he does that. She'll be like laying in her bed right there, or she'll be laying on my bed, and he will just come up, scare her off the bed, and then he won't even lay on the bed. He'll just leave once he's scared her. Or she'll just be laying and he'll pounce on her tail or pounce on her and scare her. I think he's just wanting to play, but you know, at the same time, she's a dog, she doesn't understand. Or I don't know, maybe he is just a little demon or something. I don't know, maybe he wants to be ruthless. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, he's a very good cat. Just pretty much like this, just a ball of joy. I know, like I said, I knew nothing about owning or raising a cat before him, but again, it's been 3 years, so I'm very well versed now. Like I said, he just sleeps most of the day and just like this. It's about, I think it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. And, I mean, he'll pick a spot around like 8 a.m. and just sleep there till dinner time. He'll make his rounds for some treats, and then he'll sleep all night. When he was a little kitten, he was very good about sleeping with me. He would just turn into a bread loaf by my feet and just sleep with me. But since he's become a full-size cat, his problem is he, like a typical cat, he likes to wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And he wants to play. He wants to go catch flies, maybe, that are flying around, or mosquito eaters, or whatever. And 4 o'clock in the morning is not wake-up time for me. So, it's very adorable. He likes to just, you'll be sleeping and then he'll crawl on your chest purring. And he sort of like bumps his front legs into you saying like, "Daddy, wake up." And I mean, it is very adorable, but that's not wake-up time for me. So, he sleeps on his cat tree most nights right outside my room. I would have no problem sleeping if he would at least sleep until like 7 or 8, but I know he's a cat. He's a silly one at that. Typically get a lot of, like this, just we find a corner to sleep in, he'll be under in bed, we've yelled at him a lot. So when it comes to climbing on furniture, like dinner tables or on top of the fridge or anything like that, I think we yelled at him enough that he doesn't really do that anymore. I know some cats, you'll come home and they'll be on top of like the cabinets, but we've sort of prevented that. So, like I said, he's a very good boy. He just likes sleeping. I'll play with, he loves lasers. Oh my God, he loves lasers. Green or red, he will, I've actually seen him panting before because he just loves chasing them around. Loves anything with like a string and like if you have a stick with a string and a ball on the end or anything like that, he loves those. We have like these little fish, just these little tiny, they look like fish, but they're little plushes. He loves chasing those around, and he'll pounce on those and throw them around and paw at them. So yeah, that is my cat, and the story of my cat. If you want to see more Simba in action, I could certainly splice some videos together. I think I got plenty of them. I think it's just nap time right now, so he's not doing too much. Yes, I know the name Simba is kind of generic. My family loves Disney. We're a big Disney family, so he's a domesticated cat, so in some ways he is kind of related to a lion, but he really just reminds me of a little Simba, so that was the first name that came to mind, and that's what we stuck with. I know other people, it's a generic name to name him, but I think it fits him very nicely. Alright, I'm gonna go let him sleep. Just like I said, just wanted to do a quick video on him. And yeah, I'll probably be making I'll probably just make a separate video of the dog if you want to see her. She's a lot more, she's 5 now, but she's a lot more wound up than he is. A lot more active, but